Please remain standing for the invocation led by the Reverend Tanis Kalisnik, Student Life Academic Advisor. Reverend Kalisnik will be followed by Indigenous Knowledge Keeper Alison Cox, who will provide a blessing upon this ceremony and the graduates.
When I look out on this gathering today, I see students who have worked very hard, professors and staff members who have guided them to this moment, and family and loved ones who have been part of their journey. Truly, this is a beautiful sight. I would like to invite you to join me in a moment of prayer. Creator God, known by many names, today we celebrate the accomplishments of each of these graduates before us. It is good to mark this day with a ceremony. It closes one chapter of their life while opening another. Collectively, we ask, give each graduate wisdom and courage in their next steps as they embrace new opportunities that will present themselves. Give each graduate the confidence to use the skills developed here through determination, discipline, hard work. These dreams can become a reality. Please remind all of us gathered here today to embrace diversity and wonder with respect and growing curiosity. We thank you for the legacy of excellence here at the University of Winnipeg. We thank you for our leaders who have embraced the vision of how to interweave education and experience in the discovery of new pathways towards building the next generation of global citizens. We ask you, God, to guide these graduates in their present and hold them close in the future. Amen.
Uju, Tanse, Abawish dead, Edidla Nate. I would like to thank the University of Winnipeg for opening today's celebration and honoring ceremony. My name is Anje Gwaneasin Nipia Kwe Saigamak Nideba. Miigwech Gitchimanitu, Miigwech Mishomas, Miigwech Nikomas, Shoeman Nishnam, Minupimatizuan, Gimata Zuyan, Gakiman Cheyang. Thank you, Creator, grandfathers and grandmothers. Bless us. Give us new life to have respect for what you have given us. We are your creations. Guide us, direct us, love us as we love. Miigwech.
Thank you. Please be seated. Before we begin, I would like to welcome in our guests who have just arrived. Please be patient while they find their seats. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. Annette Trimby, President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg.
Good morning, everyone. I think this is the fullest house we've ever had at a convocation. It is my pleasure to welcome you this morning to the University of Winnipeg, located on Treaty 1 land in the heart of the Métis Nation. I always begin with the significant acknowledgement to recognize the influence the land we are located on, its history, its present, its peoples, and its relationships must have on everything we do. I would like to draw your attention to our beautiful new podium, given life to by Destiny Seymour and Mamie Griffith of Woven Collaborative, a local Indigenous-led design studio. The podium, which was designed in consultation with UWinnipeg students and staff, reflects the importance of Indigenous culture and identity at UWinnipeg. It is made from reclaimed Manitoba oak slabs, representing the importance of the land we stand on. 4 rivers, symbolizing how water binds us all together, have been hand-carved into the oak slab with copper metal design accents that reflect local Indigenous pottery patterns and honor the history of Indigenous peoples within Manitoba. Mr. Chancellor, distinguished guests, members of the graduating class, families of the graduates, colleagues, and friends of the University of Winnipeg, I have the honor to declare open this 115th Convocation of the University of Winnipeg for the conferring of degrees in arts. We are pleased to be joined by a number of distinguished platform guests, and I want to introduce them at this time. I would ask that each person stand briefly as I call his or her name, and I would request that you hold your applause until I have finished the introductions. In the 3rd row, Dr. Brian Keenan, Fellowship in the United College; Richard Graydon, Fellowship in the University of Winnipeg; Dr. Cheryl Pauls, President, Canadian Mennonite University; Dr. Marjorie Kerr, President, Booth University College; Dr. Lorena Fontaine, Indigenous Academic Lead, Associate Professor; Dr. Jacqueline Romanow, University of Winnipeg Faculty Association President; Kenneth Reimer, Acting Associate Dean of Education; Dr. Jens Frank, Acting Associate Dean of Science; Bonnie Talbot. Okay. Bonnie Talbot, Associate Dean of Collegiate; Dr. Neil Funk Unraw, Associate Dean of Menno Simons College; and Charles Beckley, President, University of Winnipeg Alumni Association. All right. Now in the 2nd row, we have Colin Russell, our Registrar; Jennifer Niepanak, our new Associate Vice President, Indigenous Engagement; Dr. Gino DeStasio, Vice President, Research and Innovation; Roberta Marsh, our new Chief Human Resources Officer; Mike Emsley, Vice President, Finance and Administration; Dr. Jan Stewart, Deputy Provost, Associate Vice President, Academic and Acting Executive Director, Global College; Chris Miniker, Senior Executive Officer, External Affairs; Dr. John Anchun, Acting Dean of Education; Dr. Hugh Grant, Dean of Business and Economics; Gabrielle Prefontaine, Dean of Library; and Dr. Glenn Moulaison, Dean of Arts. And in our first row, in our first row, we have Allison Cox, Indigenous Knowledge Keeper; Reverend Tanis Kalisnik, Student Life Academic Advisor; Dr. Michael McIntyre, Dean Emeritus, Fellowship in the United College; Dr. Neil Besner, Professor Emeritus recipient; Dr. Ian Morrow, Principal, Richardson College for the Environment, Co-Director of Prairie Climate Center and Associate Professor; Elder Dave Courchene, Honorary Doctor of Laws recipient; Bob Silver, our Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg; Elder Ruth Christie, Honorary Doctor of Laws recipient; Dr. Mary Jane Logan McCallum, Professor in the History Department; Dr. Dean Peachy, Clifford J. Robson Memorial Award for Teaching Excellence Award winner; Dr. Judith Harris, Associate Professor of Urban and Inner City Studies and Stars on Spence Street Prize recipient; Dr. James Curry, Provost and Vice President Academic; and Dr. John A. Bowman, Chancellor Emeritus, past honorary degree recipient, and member of the University of Winnipeg Foundation Board. This is your 115th Convocation Platform Party. I also want to acknowledge the presence of special guests of the Platform Party and members of our Board of Regents who are seated in the audience. Seated in front of me or serving as marshals are members of our faculty whose wisdom, expertise, and generosity of spirit have contributed so much to the personal growth and academic success of our graduates. We are also joined by many members of our staff, administration, and alumni who are here to share in this celebration and who play essential roles in making this university an extraordinary place to discover, achieve, and belong. I would ask you to join me in acknowledging all of these remarkably gifted and dedicated people. The University of Winnipeg is proud to provide a live webcast of this ceremony for all family and friends who are unable to join us in person today. Welcome to all of those who are viewing online. Convocation is a special time in the calendar of the university. It is a time when we gather to honor our graduates, bid them farewell, and celebrate their accomplishments. It is also a wonderful occasion to give honors to members of the university faculty, students, and staff who have made significant and worthy contributions to our institution. And it is a time when we award honorary degrees to those who have demonstrated exceptional leadership and unparalleled excellence in their fields, helping to define and shape the principles and values that give meaning to our community. Today, we honor two elders, Elder Ruth Christie and Elder Dave Courchene, with an Honorary Doctor of Laws. An honorary degree is the highest academic status that can be bestowed on any individual. Those who receive an honorary degree demonstrate dedication and excellence in their field of work and have been nominated for consideration of this title. It is now my pleasure to call upon our esteemed Chancellor, Mr. Robert Silver, to confer special honors on Ruth Christie. She will be introduced by Dr. Mary Jane McCallum, Professor in the History Department. Chancellor, Ruth, and Dr. McCallum, would you please come forward?
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Elder Ruth Christie, who will receive an Honorary Doctor of Laws. Elder Christie is a distinguished community-based scholar, knowledge keeper, and storyteller who has influenced generations through her important work in public history and as a mentor. Elder Christie's fundamental work has been forms of healing, not only as a licensed practical nurse, but in the setting of public history. She is descended from Selkirk settlers as well as Indigenous ancestors, and she is has a formidable command of Northern Cree and Ojibwe cultures. Her talent for storytelling was an asset at Lower Fort Garry, where, as a historical interpreter, she brought her own great-great-grandmother, Isabella Monkman's story to life for more than 500,000 visitors. Elder Christie's expertise has been called upon by scholars, and she has influenced many academics. Mr. Chancellor, I request that you confer upon Elder Ruth Christie the degree of Honorary Doctor of Laws for her enduring commitment to sharing Indigenous history and for mentoring scholars and young adults through her role as an elder and as a historian.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit you, Ruth Christie, to the degree of Doctors of Laws honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations. Make it official.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming here. It's an amazing day. So in Cree you would say Manasan, but this is Matinamanasan. My grandmother, Roseanne Monkman, told me the Creator gave you 2 of these and only 1 of these. So you know which one you're going to be using for the next 15 minutes. For this honor, I haven't a clue really as to who all contributed to this. I know Mary Jane, Dr. Laura Piers, and people from my own community. And you know, when I think of this little girl in a small fishing village out on Lake Winnipeg, I would never have dreamed that I'd be standing here today. So, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you all. You know who you are. I am of Cree and Dene, or Cree and Orcadian ancestry. My maiden name is Monkman. I am the 7th generation descended from Isaac Monkman, who sent his sons, James and John, to further their education in England. They had a different idea. They were stowaways on board the Prince of Wales ship, which was taking on water at Hull to cross the ocean to come to this land. James held several positions, and his brother John only stayed 1 year and returned to Orkney. So his positions, some of them were at Severn Post. So in 1793, he entered the service of the Hudson Bay Company. He and his partner, Mary Muskegon, she was Cree from Fort Severn, moved down to the Red River settlement with their 4 sons. One of their sons was called Joseph Monkman, who would be my great-great-grandfather, and his wife was the character I portrayed for 20 years at Lower Fort Garry. Joseph was an interpreter, a guide, a doctor, and a juror for some of the trials that took place in the Assiniboine court. I think one of the things he was most famous for was when Riel had captured several people in the upper fort, and Dr. Schultz's wife came to the jail. She wasn't allowed to visit, but she put a knife in a cake or a bannock, some baked goods. And with that, Dr. Schultz was able to cut the buffalo robes that they slept on into strips, tie them together, and escape out through the window. He probably was the last one going down the buffalo hide rope, and it broke. And other than breaking the escape rope, he also broke his leg. But he had many friends, so all along the Red River system, he was assisted. He actually was making his way down to St. Peter's Reserve, north of Selkirk, because my great-great-grandfather, Joseph Monkman, had the fastest horse in the settlement. At one house, he was waiting for the horse to come, but John, one of Joseph's sons, was in disguise. everybody knew the horse. So on 2 circles around the house, Schultz was supposed to just fall into the buffalo hide and the hay on the sleigh. And then this young fellow went down the river, but already there was a few of Riel's scouts there stopping him and saying, "Have you seen Dr. Schultz?" And he said, "I just whipped my horse and said, 'Bye, I'm in a hurry.' I knew I could lick the both of them anyway." So Joseph prepared things that he needed at that time with a carryall, which was a dog sled. And they went down the river to Fort Alec, over France's mail route, and all the way across unknown territory. There were times when Joseph had to climb a stately pine to figure out where he would go next. They dare not take the usual path because they knew scouts would be out there looking for Schultz. It took them about 23 days to reach Duluth, Minnesota. By that time, their clothes were pretty well tattered and they were almost snowblind. And on the return, Joseph could ride the sleigh more because Schultz was not in it. You see, if somebody can't run alongside the sled to keep warm, you would wear a sash around your waist running. And once the top part of your body heated up, you undid the sash and the heat would go down to your lower limbs. But those that were unable to run, every time they had a kettle of tea, stones would be put in the fire and put at the feet of the people so their feet wouldn't freeze while they were being transported in the carryall. One of the things after that journey Joseph did was to make a bridle path. Now that's not a path for a bride. It's the width of 1 horse from Fort Garry to Lake of the Woods. Another relative, Alexander Monkman, found a lower pass through the Rocky Mountains. It's called Monkman's Pass, and it's a huge park now called Tumbler Ridge. It's on my bucket list. Joseph had many children, and my great-grandfather, Andrew, and his wife, Nancy Chastelane, left the lower Fort Garry, or the Red River, lower part of the Red River, and they moved out to Lake Winnipeg on a small island. If you look on maps today, it's called Monkman's Island. So he was a founding father of our community of Loon Straits. And one of his sons, William, married Roseanne. Roseanne was the daughter of John Ramsey and Julia. John Ramsey was instrumental in helping the first Icelanders who came to Canada survive in winters here. He taught them how to fish under the ice. He taught them how to build log cabins. And he also taught them how to make birch bark canoes. William and Roseanne, they had 13 children of their own. And when his brother and sister-in-law perished, they left behind 5 orphans. My grandmother said that was a hard decision to make, hardly sleeping that night. My grandfather said, "I will do my best to be a provider for them." And Roseanne said, "I will be the best to mother them." So now they had 13 children, not all born at that time, but my grandmother said it was like raising 5 sets of twins. And my Auntie Laura, she was a little wisp of a woman, and the youngest was Percy, and he was a big, robust guy. At one of our first Monkman reunions, she said, "See what happens when you get weaned too soon?" I was close to my mother, and I wanted to know what was happening for her and the earth when I was conceived. So I was coming to visit her one day in Winnipeg because my sister-in-law was having breast surgery, and I thought, well, my mom is alone, so I'll go keep her company. So this is the poem I wrote. It's actually about my mother and I, but it's also Mother Earth and I. Mother Earth and I, conceived while she lay under her blanket of white, the glow of motherhood danced deep in the northern night. Deliberately, she tilted her axis towards a salubrious sun, and gathering momentum, she and I were one. Swelling with vibrant promise, the sun encouraged her song. My fetal heart beat with hers while summer days grew long. Umbilically tethered, I performed aquatic acts in the tepid womb. She tiptoed in trimestial wake, hushed by a harvest moon. In travail of my slow descent, equinox prepared her latent bed. Enduring contraction, she waited for the crowning of my head. I enter with phlegmatic cry, mid Indian summer's mirth. She responded with a rose in honor of my birth. Due to a severe case of rheumatic fever, I was bedridden, so I missed grade 6. A cousin would smuggle in textbooks, and the storm windows on the house at that time had 3 little holes at the little arm. So I could reach the window, and she would roll up the test questions and shove them through, and then she'd take my answers back to the teacher. And at the end of the term, my mother was concerned, and she intercepted the teacher's journey past our home. And she said, "Can Ruth go into grade 7, or would she have to do grade 6? "Oh no, she's ready for grade 7 according to the test results." So we were busted. While I was ill, I had a lot of pain, high fever, and it was then that I made up my mind, I'm going to relieve the pain of others. So I decided then I would be a nurse. Not if I got out of that bed, but when I got out of that bed. When our way is uncertain, it's good to remember what our people have already done. So after academic training, I took a couple of weeks break at the request of my parents. I had to overcome several obstacles to finally get into the class. And the morning of the class start in February, the sister said, "The only way you're going to get in, Miss Monkman, is if somebody drops out in the morning." The phone call came, and she said, "Congratulations, you're in." There were 41 students in that class, and I worked really hard. I was second. There was a German student. She had already done this course in her country, but she had to have Canadian recommendation. So she was really difficult to beat her marks. My parents knew that I worked really hard to get the marks and to be second. And while I was at home, my mother's cousin, who was pregnant, requested my assistance at the birth. When my first uncle got an airplane, that was during the 1950 flood in Lake Winnipeg, the training was cut quite short. He didn't even have time to learn how to land a plane with pontoons. So I'll figure it out when I get to Loon Straits. And one other thing my grandmother told us was, as a parent, you give them 2 things, roots and wings. I think my brothers and my cousins literally took that, because they all have pilot's license. The baby was delivered without any complications. It was in a log home that was heated with wood, no electricity, and walking water. What a gift that mother gave me. Good self-esteem is a blessing. Those who believe they have something to offer are more likely to make a positive difference in other people's lives. And people who have a healthy self-respect are more likely to pursue relationships and challenges. Those who think well of themselves are more likely to fill their own expectations. I had the best story to share with the class when I got back to class. On a visit to outpatients with a sore throat, I decided to make sure I wasn't going to endanger any of the patients because I had 1 month to go of training, and that would be on an isolation ward. The attending doctor, who himself had rheumatic fever as a child, asked me if I ever had rheumatic fever. I responded I probably did, but was never diagnosed or treated by a physician. He wanted me to give up nursing. And if I married, never to have children, because I had heart damage. I said, no. I have 1 month to go, and I want to have 5 kids. I have 3. 2 of the girls are over here, and my son is probably somewhere near Montreal, bringing steel to the mill at Selkirk. When I graduated, I was nominated for the Bedside Nursing Award, and my first position was with Hydro. The Grand Rapids project was just starting, and they had a little hospital, and it was called Highboard, the area where the employees came. It was also a treatment place for the local residents. My second employment was at Peguis First Nation, of who I am a member, at the Halfway Hospital. And from there I went to Shoal Lake, and here I met my husband and married him in 1965. And that was the year when tragedy struck our little community. 5 cousins drowned crossing the lake to go home for a weekend. 1 survivor was there to tell the story. That was in June. In August, my father and my oldest brother, they were both killed in the same plane crash. My cousin, who was on board, survived with 3 broken toes. And in September, the Suzanne E. was a freighting boat that would leave Selkirk and go out north, bringing supplies, and then on return, bringing up the fish. During a very bad storm on Lake Winnipeg, the Suzanne E. sank. The cook, who was my mom's cousin, the captain, the deckhands, all perished, but the mate survived. It was like our community almost died then too. The school was closed and families started moving away to prevent any further danger to their young people coming home from their training or their positions. And today there is an all-season road to the east side. Many of us are now retired or soon will be retiring, so homes and cottages are being built. The 7th, the 8th, and the 9th generation of Monkmans returned there for reunions, weddings, special holidays, and yes, funerals. My husband and I raised 3 children, 2 daughters and a son. I have 5 granddaughters and 1 grandson. Many young people here today, and over the years that I've met, they have adopted me as their kukum. There's one sitting here in the front row. I've lived in Selkirk for 45 years, and during my lifetime I have done my best to preserve my values and morals while still contributing to the development of other people's lives. In closing, I'd like to share with you my code called RED. R, getting proper rest and giving adequate attention to my physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional needs. E, taking care of my body also means getting adequate exercise. D, having a healthy diet and not overeating. Balance is in focusing on looking after my body for the sake of my soul. We have only one opportunity to live the moments of this day. But we can choose what we do with the life that is allotted to us. Be it long or short, we take into into account what will be a lasting memorial to a life that will bring blessings to many.
Thank you, Dr. Ruth Christie, for sharing your insight and knowledge with our graduating class. You created a lot of images for all of us. I think it's fair to say, in addition to your 3 children and grandchildren, you have helped many people find their roots and find their wings, including some members of our faculty. So thank you very much for that. It is now my pleasure to call upon our esteemed Chancellor, Mr. Robert Silver, once again to confer special honors on David Courchene. He will be introduced by Dr. Ian Morrow, Geography Professor. Chancellor, David, and Dr. Ian Morrow, would you please come forward?
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Elder Dave Courchene, who will receive an Honorary Doctor of Laws. Elder Dave Courchene, Nigani Aki Inini, or Leading Earthman, is a respected elder and knowledge keeper of the Anishinaabe Nation who has devoted his life to environmental stewardship. From lighting the sacred fire at the United Nations Earth Summit in 1992 to sharing the stage with spiritual leaders, including the Dalai Lama, Courchene's leadership has had and continues to have global influence. He is founder of Turtle Lodge International Center for Indigenous Education and Wellness, one of the most important gathering places for Indigenous peoples in Canada. He is deeply respected as an elder who inspires dialogue and cross-cultural understanding between Indigenous knowledge keepers and Western-trained scientists. His knowledge of climate change has inspired notable figures and institutions, from ministers to judges and media to museums, to consider Indigenous teachings and make a collective commitment to future generations. Elder Courchene has contributed deeply to the University of Winnipeg, helping to guide the personal and professional journeys for professors like me, as well as students like Laura Cameron, who will be graduating here today. Mr. Chancellor, I request that you confer upon Elder Dave Courchene the degree of Honorary Doctor of Laws for the vital role he has played in promoting peace, cultural understanding, and environmental sustainability, both in our province and globally.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit you, David Courchene, to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Doctor? You have to sign to make it official.
Ojo, anin, dine magnetot, nigani akinene, nene, digo, kinyo, dotem, saging donji. I must say that I'm feeling very, very overwhelmed here right now to be in the presence of so many celebrating their successes. I want to begin by offering gratitude to the Great Spirit for all that I was given to help me walk the path that I was chosen to walk. I especially want to thank my family, my friends, and all those that have supported and walked with me. Thank you to the University of Winnipeg for this honor. This path has been about the way of my ancestors, who set an example for all of us on how they loved the land so much. The ancestors always understood the land as our mother here, loving her and treating her with the respect and reverence that we owe her as a life-giving being that she is. She is the best example of the expression of full, unconditional love. We owe our very existence to Mother Earth. I believe, as the original free and independent peoples of our homeland, we have a destiny to fulfill. And that is to share our understanding and of a way of life with our brothers and sisters who have arrived on our homeland. And part of our duty and responsibility as the people to share that there are rules of conduct that we all be responsible for in taking care of Mother Earth. The time has arrived that we must face the reality of what we have done to the earth and what we have done to each other. What we have done to the earth, we have done to ourselves. Each of us is very important in moving forward. We live in a world today that is in need of a greater understanding of our existence as human beings. We all have a universal purpose, which is to take care of the earth and to take care of each other. Good leadership is essential, and we all have the capacity to be leaders. Our message as a people has always been to inspire our brothers and sisters that the answers that we all seek lie within each of us, in our spirit. The wisdom keepers understood that the most important part of our nature as human beings is the spirit. Spirit is the essence of all creation. Spirit is what defines our identity. Our spiritual identity is very much connected to all of creation and the land. All of us have a spirit that comes complete with original instructions that define our purpose, our duties, and responsibilities as human beings. The beginning of understanding spirit is to know that the earth is a living entity with her own spirit. Mother Earth holds a living intelligence that can help all of us define our spiritual identity. The earth has natural laws that we must support if we are going to survive. One of the most important laws our ancestors followed as a people is called Ogichitibakonigeren, meaning the great binding law of the Great Spirit. Under this law, everyone and everything is held together and governed by spiritual laws and natural laws. Laws that are woven into the fabric of creation and written upon the earth. Every unique life form has been given an identity with purpose and meaning and responsibilities. These spiritual and natural laws apply universally to every one of us, whether we believe it or not. I am constantly reminded of my grandmother. Her name was Waskone, meaning she was a being of a shining light. And as a young child, she kept telling me this and reminding me. Maya chaya in gijayadiziwen, meaning the most important way we can live and act is in kindness. When we act in kindness, it ensures an abundance in life. Ultimately, it ensures our survival. Our ancestors understood the law of the circle. And yes, what you put into your circle, nature returns to you. Some of the most serious issues we are facing today are climate change, nuclear proliferation, and religious and racial intolerance. If we go to the root of the problem, these issues come from our lack of living our spiritual identity, which comes with duties and responsibilities. The true source of higher intelligence is found in the spirit, and it is found on the land. When we connect with the spirit of the land, it helps us to connect with our own spirit. When this happens, we regain the memory of our own identity. We remember our purpose and our responsibilities to life. We remember the land, because the land teaches us how to be kind, how to love. Walking in spirit is living in oneness with all of creation. Walking in spirit is feeling the love of the land, and you become that love. Walking in spirit is sharing love and kindness toward your fellow human beings and all of creation. Walking in the spirit of kindness creates an alliance with nature. Nature becomes our ally when we follow her laws. So much we have created as man is not working for us. We must work together to rebuild a new world that has a spiritual foundation of values that is in harmony with nature's laws. We must seek the counsel of nature to find the solutions to climate change and to all the challenges that we are facing in our world today. The true liberation lies when you are able to go within yourself, within ourselves, to connect with your own spirit. This is when we experience the inclusiveness with creation. We hear the voice of the land and creation that gives us the voice of what to say, what to do, and how to live. The purpose and meaning of our human existence simply means living from the heart, reflecting unconditional love and kindness for all of life. Can we move forward in this spirit? Are you a person of the heart? Only you can answer that. Only you can hear the voice of your own heart that will guide you to always do the right thing. Our future rests within each of us. We all have the capacity to be leaders, connected with the forces of nature. Leadership is about serving, about putting the needs of the earth and the people before your own. The purpose of life is to serve life, to serve the law of the Great Spirit. We need each other as living beings. We feel really good when we are in the space of inclusiveness and togetherness, because we draw the spirit of creation, the beauty of the sun, the beauty of the moon, the beauty of the trees, the beauty of the stars. When we are in nature, all of a sudden we feel a part of it. We feel a part of the land. What is so profound about all of this is that you never feel alone in this space. being in the space of inclusiveness, we realize we need each other more than ever to build a world that is built on unconditional love, that serves all life, and our greatest desire as human beings is really to love and to be loved. More than ever, we must find the courage to be able to put our children back into the center of our lives and have the courage to tell them the truth of what we have done to the land and what we have done to each other. It will be the young people like yourself today that are celebrating a part of success in your life. You must be able to join in fulfilling the prophecy of the indigenous people here that we call Turtle Island. It was prophesied that it would be here on Turtle Island that the truth would be revealed, and it would be led by the indigenous people of their homeland. That did not mean that it would be a political leadership. It would be a leadership that would reflect the voice of the heart and the voice of the land. And we all have that opportunity to be a part of being a people that can change the world. And I fully believe this, that we have that opportunity today to come together, to unite, and consider what is most important in life. It's not material things. It's the things that make us happy. And what makes us happy is living the truth of our own spiritual identity as a people that define your gifts, that define how you can serve the will of Spirit and create a better world. I am so overwhelmed by this honor. I know that the honor that I am being given here today, I must acknowledge all those that stood beside me in order to be able to carry the voice that I heard from the land, that I heard through my dreams, that I heard from the Spirit itself. And we all have the capacity to be able to hear that voice. And it begins by listening to the voice of your own heart. Thank you. Jimmy West. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. David Courchene, for sharing your wisdom and insight with our graduating class and encouraging us to walk in spirit and to seek counsel from nature. I have one more honor to bestow, and this one is the status of Professor Emeritus. It is granted to past and present professors nominated by their peers whose outstanding leadership has made a lasting impact at the university and whose academic pursuits have contributed significantly to the body of research in their field of study. This status grants lifelong access to professorial benefits, even though the individual may have finished their tenure at an academic institution. Dr. Neil Besner receives this status today, and he will be presented by Dr. Michael McIntyre. Chancellor Neil and Dr. McIntyre, would you please come forward?
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor and great personal pleasure to present Dr. Neil Besner to be conferred with the rank of Professor Emeritus. Dr. Besner began his distinguished career at the University of Winnipeg in 1987 in the Department of English. Known for his integrity, his love of language, and his sharp wit, Dr. Besner accumulated an impressive record of contributions in all domains of university life, including scholarship, community service, and administration. Dr. Bessner enjoyed a prolific and influential research career, and his experience on Canadian authors is world-renowned. He is an active member of the Manitoba Writers Guild and the Writers Festival, and he has received numerous research grants, including, notably, substantial funding from the Social Science and Humanities Research Council. Dr. Bessner began his leadership role in 1993 when he became chair of the Department of English. Over the ensuing decades, he had many senior administrative roles and served in all aspects of university governance, including on the Board of Regents. He retired in 2018 as Provost and Vice President Academic. Mr. Chancellor, I request that you confer upon Dr. Neil Bessner the title of Professor Emeritus for his scholarly work, advocacy for liberal arts education, and long-standing commitment to the University of Winnipeg in all its endeavors.
Truly an honor for me to declare, by virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I declare you, Dr. Neil Bessner, Professor Emeritus, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Neil.
Thank you, Chancellor and Dr. McIntyre, and congratulations to you, Dr. Bessner. To recognize their dedication, several prestigious awards are presented to faculty and staff on an annual basis at our spring and autumn convocations. Several of these will be presented at a dinner reception this evening. I would now like to call upon Dr. James Curry, Provost and Vice President Academic, to come forward and to acknowledge and congratulate two of these recipients.
Thank you, Dr. Trimby. 9 members of our university are being recognized for outstanding contributions. 2 of them I have the honor to introduce now. Award recipients, would you please stand as I call your name? Dr. Dean Peachy. I have the pleasure of presenting Dr. Dean Peachy, who is being honored with the Clifford J. Robson Memorial Award for Teaching Excellence. Known for innovative, creative, and adaptive teaching methods, he's often referenced as a mentor, leader, and influence among former students. Formerly the director of UWinnipeg's Global College and coordinator of the Human Rights Program, Peachy's passion for transitional justice, peace building, and reconciliation is second to none. As a proponent of experiential learning, he's led Global College students on field courses within Manitoba and as far away as South Africa, Israel, and Palestine. Prior to joining Global College, Peachy provided administrative leadership for Menno Simons College and taught conflict resolution studies. He also founded the Conflict Resolution Network of Canada and taught at Conrad Grebel University College at the University of Waterloo. The University of Winnipeg is proud to present Dr. Dean Peachy with the Clifford J. Memorial Award for Teaching Excellence. Dr. Judith Harris. I have the pleasure to present Dr. Judith Harris, who is being honored with the Stars of Spence Street Prize. Dr. Harris is a gifted educator in the field of urban and inner city studies. She has a keen interest in social learning with a focus on transformative education. Dr. Harris is committed to making education equitable and accessible for some of the most marginalized people in our society, as evidenced by her commitment to the Walls to Bridges program that she helped establish at UWinnipeg. This eye-opening program has connected incarcerated students and campus-enrolled students that study together inside the prison, which has had a transformative impact on students on both sides of the wall. Dr. Harris' teaching and research highlight the positive outcomes that arise when academia collaborates with community. Her efforts have been crucial in establishing programs that harness cooperation to build stronger communities. Winnipeg is proud to award the 2019 Stars of Spence Street Prize to Dr. Judith Harris for her commitment to building stronger communities through collaboration and transformative education.
Thank you, Dr. Curry, and congratulations to all of our award winners. We've now come to the part of the program that our graduates and you, who are here to share this special occasion with them, have eagerly been anticipating. The Registrar, Mr. Colin Russell, will present the graduates, and our Chancellor, Mr. Robert Silver, will confer the degrees. The parchments will be handed to the graduates by the Dean of Arts, Dr. Glenn Moulaison, and the Associate Dean of Arts, says Dr. Catherine Taylor, but I don't think she's here right now. So, okay. Each graduate will be presented with a University of Winnipeg alumni pin by Charles Beckley, President of the Alumni Council. So for everyone here, this is a rite of passage, an occasion for jubilation for our graduates and for the friends and family who have helped them on their way. So please feel free to express your admiration of our graduates or any particular graduate as they cross the platform. Mr. Russell and Chancellor Silver, please.
Would the graduands please rise as their degree is called and remain standing while the other degrees are announced? Master of Arts, Master of Public Administration, Bachelor of Arts, Honors, Bachelor of Arts, 4-year, Bachelor of Arts, Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I request you to confer upon these candidates and upon those receiving their degrees in absentia the degree for which they have qualified.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit those present and those receiving degrees in absentia to the degrees for which the prescribed studies have been completed, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Please shift your cap tassels to the left. Congratulations, you are now graduates of the University of Winnipeg. Mr. Chancellor, I now beg leave to present the graduates for congratulations. Receiving the Master of Arts degree and receiving the Graduate Student of Highest Distinction Award, Laura Cameron. Crystal Ann Doran. Leanne Fraze. James Ejo.
Malgorzata Emilia Janczak. Francesca Hebert Spence. The stole that you see there is the University of Winnipeg stole for Indigenous students if they choose to wear it. Shayani Ann Turco. Wab Canoe. Receiving the Master of Public Administration degree, joint with the University of Manitoba, Signe Lauren Hansen. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts Honors degree, Delilah Ruth Bergen. Riley Matheson Black. April Marie Blackbird. Bronwyn Mary Butterfield. Pamela Alejandra Campos Ordóñez. Receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in arts honors, the Gold Medal for achievement in an honors psychology major, and the Ron Norton Prize in Psychology, Inga Ann Christensen. Melissa Diane Clark. Jazz Marie Dimitrov. Victoria Diobald. Gina Katrina Joy Dufour. Anastasia Sergevievna Sebeginyania. Andrew Graham Leslie Daly Froggatt. Receiving the honors Women's and Gender Studies Gold Medal, Baden Geek Franz. Receiving the Gold Medal in Honors Religion and Culture, Tapji Paul Garba. Janelle Cassidy Gobin. Receiving the Gold Medal in Honors English and our valedictorian for today, Farron Elizabeth Guerrero. Muhammad Hazim Ismail. Sarah Rose Kenny. Laura Kinsman. Kristen Ann Kozera. Christine Jessica Leslie. Dominic Raphael Levin. Shannon Christine Lowen. Devin Zachary Lowry. Jessica McGlynn. Ayana McKenzie. Grace Elaine McMorris. Receiving the gold medal in honors political science, Matthew Declan Molden. Receiving the gold medal in honors anthropology, Kevin Hugh Robert Munson. Heva Zacharel Offman. Matthew James Joseph Paris Irvine. Juliana Dory Petrasco. Anna Pratsu. Devin Mackenzie Reed. Ashley Roberts. Olivia Danielle Schultz. Charlotte Alexandra Haley Smith. Christopher Souza. Janessa Suzinski. Jamie Valotone. Brianna Deline Waterman. Juliana Charlotte Young. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts four-year degree, Emmanuel Aliou. January Bradco. Cheyenne Jean Louise Bruyere. Kayla Kristen Bueller. Nicole Grace Kaye. Jessica Campbell. Receiving the gold medal in four-year German studies, Angela Ray Carlson. Isaac Castro Parga. Danica Suzanne Marie Champagne. Receiving the gold medal for four-year International Development Studies, Amy Kathleen Cherpico. Jasmine Dawn Marie Chubb. Receiving the gold medal for Honors Philosophy, Jenna Rose Marie Yuzwa. Regina Ray Contreras. Michaela Rebecca Crichton. John Marco de Guzman. Receiving the gold medal in four-year Rhetoric, Writing, and Communications, Benjamin Kevin Dewick. Justine Lynn Essery. Alyssa Marie Etzel. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in arts in the four-year program and the gold medal in the four-year joint communications program with Red River College, Taylor Lynn Fenn. Receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in arts, four-year program, and the gold medal in four-year religion and culture, Vicky Suzanne Friesen. Ruchi May Gabak. Zoriana Christina Galarnik. Receiving the gold medal for achievement in the four-year joint communications major, Caitlin Alyssa Gowerlich. Zachary Joseph Harper. Matthew Hay. Sarah Hodges Kolisnik. Jessica Jordan Lee Humphrey. Kelsey James. Lindsay Irene Jestin. Simran Jora. Andrew Bradley Kaminsky. Receiving the gold medal in four-year criminal justice, Lauren Dawn Cost. Dwayne Krauscher. Brittany Sage Lavalley. Michaela Lozano. Ashley Lucas. Sam Lynn Gerstmar. Lovejot Mann. Brett Lawrence McIver. Jeremy McRae. Jeremy Kyler Morantz. Patricia Sabina Nosal. Caitlin Kelly Mostaway Parker. Emily Monday. Tara Faye Myron. Mulan Dior Lubo Orage. Gabriel Peters. Alicia Liria Prohaska. Michelle Quesky-Capo. Claire Sophia Rennick. Receiving the gold medal in four-year Women's and Gender Studies, Kendra Rose Rogers. Joma Ramon Ruiz. Receiving the gold medal in four-year psychology, Alana Nicole Russell. Receiving the gold medal in four-year English, Matthew Jacques Semin. Anthony Olu Kayode Sani. Receiving the gold medal in the four-year interdisciplinary linguistics, Georgia Jamie Farley Scorletos. Sydney Danae Small. Paige Marguerite Jane Stubson. Randy Lisa Stephenson. Nadia Sullivan. Erica Brooke Roddick. Christopher Sundby. Jamie Danielle Tates. Raylyn Christine Weeb. Darcy Jean Todoric. Receiving the gold medal in 4-year geography, Kayla Ray Villebrun Normand. Nicholas Alexander Warsaw. Kaylee Wheeler. Receiving the gold medal for 4-year human rights and the Mayor's Medal, Leah Catherine Wilson. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts 3-year degree, Nancy Aganze. Erin Lynn Aitkenhead. Adina Albright. Scott Austin. Brianne Elizabeth Begree. Emma Louise Barkman. Dylan John Battle. Tiana Louise Beaudry. Marie Ellen Bergen. Miranda Joel Adeline Black. Rebecca Bond. John David Philip Buzza. Craig Glenn Cameron. Neil Donovan Cameron. Kimberly Ann Guardian Cleto. Excelsia Chiwangu Wangu. Peter Cho. Sabrina Diamond Clark. Kathleen May Sasuman Concepcion. Joshua Tanner Cook. Janae Sophia Dandowich. Aaron Alexander Demeter. Anjeri Dela Cruz. Matthew Allen Dara. Dale Tamir Diamond Burchuk. Lorena Angela Dillum. Jamila Ann Didrik Williams. Jacob Shi Dusad. Catherine Douglas. Pascal Claire Dubois. Angela Dawn Duffield. Bendu Dukali. Sidonia Waldeng. Kristen Marie Elke. Receiving the gold medal in 3-year criminal justice, Libby Esther Giesbrecht. Cameron Joseph Martin Gilbert. Gabrielle Marguerite Godbout. Shailene Marilyn Goodman. Taylor Grant. Alana Roslyn Green. Brittany Marie Grisdale. Crystal Ashley Gumeni. Christine Ha. Thomas Edward Hannon. Steffi Caroline Harder. Alana Sarah Lynn Harms. Kira Hasanak. Ryan Brian Hockey. Paul Hewack. Thelay Tu. Kong An Win. Receiving the gold medal in 3-year sociology, Onyero Marine Ibudu. Boseda Onopeme Posi Idu. Jenny Mi Yeon Yang. Jacob Dale Jansen. Manmeet Jasal. Brianna Elizabeth Jeanson. Sydney Natalie Jarama. Joanna Maria Johnson. Libby Marie Johnson. Tyler Barbara Johnson. Jury Jong. Heather Maria Kissick. Kelly Colt Mackey. Tanner John Lowell Cornelson. Jess Kostyuk. Receiving the gold medal for 3-year political science, Evan Jacob Crosney. Leah Dawn Kuciak. Shivani Kumar. Allison Ann LaRue. David Soki Lado. Khalil Robert Lackey. Keisha Loria. April Maria Lavilla Lount. Rain Lawson. Brandon Lee. Lindsay Dawn LeBlanc. Irina Leshkov. Miguel Maurice Joseph Letin. Leslie Victoria Lewis. Huan Liang. Joyce Leacup. Elizabeth Linklater. Jaylyn Joan Lockyer. Receiving the gold medal for 3-year rhetoric and communications, Rosalie Joanne Marie Loisel. Kaylee Marie Helen Lusick. Carter Vaughn Lysack. Arik Donato Manyang. Nicholas Lim Mark. Receiving the gold medal in 3-year theatre and film, Victoria Hope Mallow. Misha Marlowe. Angelica Marquesas. Peter Mason. Claire Audrey Evelyn McCarville. Receiving the gold medal for achievement in 4-year history and 4-year political science, Cara Corinne McCaskill. Melissa McDonald. Megan Lee McGonigal. Receiving the gold medal for 3-year interdisciplinary linguistics, Jessica McInnes. Kayla Malitza. Jade Chantel Michael. Lanea Miller. Alina Marie Moore. Raymond Jr. Musso. Patricia May Navidad. Johanna Marie Pops. Jessica Joyce Nichols. Rebecca Page Nitchie. Cormac Hunter Oliver Norberg. Kylene Michelle Normando. Tiana Brooke Northage. Matthew John Reimer. Receiving the gold medal in 3-year conflict resolution studies, Wendy Gale Nuhr. Tia Kiran Oberoi. Kagan Rihanna Grace Olson. Layla Omer. Vincent Gilles Patenot. Richard Banias Paganiban. Claire Paquette. Eric Brian Peterson. Matthew Pham. Ariana Pierre. Jason Plett. Maria Denze Ting Rabasto. Maria Rana. Tatiana Brooke Raposo. Natasha Dominique Reimer. Megan Rowe. Catarina Ribeiro. Mary Roque. Jacob Cruz Rodriguez. Steve Rogers. Marco Alexander Roslitsky. Gold medal in 3-year French studies, Chloé Elise Roy. Riley Ryder. Mia Ryder Marks. Samantha Lee Sage. Denise Nicole Samaniego. Ricky Saran. Caroline Schaub. Dan Shetler. Mercedes Hélène Marie Schmidt. Reed Schwartz. Nina Alexandra Semchishin. Olga Evelyn Serdeshny. Khadija Shire. Mersal Sherinzada. Alana Marlene Short. Tanpreet Sidhu. Maria Lilibel Simbulan. Kiran Singh. Manon Marie Smalley. Diana Lynn Jones Summers. Samantha Summers. Ryan Douglas Steele. Stephanie Steele. Kaylee Ariel Still. Lu Sun. Shavreen Suri. Emily Jane Zarek. Samson Tedese. Sean Tarver. Abigail Oa Tiano Podwil. Amanda Teely. Francis Thomas. Jacqueline Elizabeth Thompson. Derek Traeger. Vince Lemuel Tresvalis. William Braxton Ulrich. Jennifer Blair Yaruski. Brittany Valcourt. Imogen O'Callaghan Valgardson. Mackenzie Kai Vandenberg. Brianna Catherine Vitti. Bibi Shaniza Wahab. Emily Roseanne Warren. Ten Watanabe. Brendan James Daniel Williams. Chantal Zanea Williams. Renata Erin Marie Wersch. Brooklyn Yoklowitz Kilfoyle. Michaela Marie Zacharias. Li Jun Zhao. Juliana Zuchkan. I am pleased to present the graduating class of arts, Spring 2019.
So thank you, Mr. Chancellor and Mr. Russell, and congratulations once again to the graduating class. I'm feeling a lot of love in the room, maybe even feeling a little bit of relief. I always say that Bob Silver and I have the best seats in the house. We get to see your family members, your students, as they stand before the podium, looking a little tentative, looking a little nervous, and then Colin Russell actually says their name right. And he says their full name. And he says their full name, and they're not in trouble. And then one of their family members or friends or professors or colleagues says something like, "We love you, atta girl, way to go, oh my God, hallelujah." And then you see this little smile just grow and beam. So it's not a lot of time you walk across the stage, and we know just how hard you have worked to get there. So once again, what an honor, what a privilege. I now invite Charles Beckley, President of the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association, to welcome the graduates to the Alumni Association. Charles.
Whoa. Good morning, graduates. Good morning, graduates. I can hear you. Good morning, graduates. You see, I'm pleased and happy to be here with you to celebrate your success. Now, as I've greeted you, good morning, and also good morning to the distinguished faculty, staff, friends of the university, proud parents, of course, and again, the graduating class of 2019. And I won't forget to give my mom a shout out, she's over there. As the current president of the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you as new additions to the distinguished alumni group of more than 50,000 members. Wow. Finally, all your hard work, dedication, perseverance have paid off. And I ask you that you wear the alumni pin with pride and as a badge of honor. Fun fact, the university is the only place where you'll find multiple professions in one building. After today, teachers will work among teachers, scientists will work among scientists, lawyers will work among lawyers, and so on. And now it is with this sentiment that I want you to acknowledge the connection that you have made during your time at the university and hold on to them, because you cannot get those connections elsewhere. The person sitting next to you could be your future colleague, business partner, boss, mayor, or doctor. So please do well to remember them and stay connected. Please stay connected. Our mission at the Alumni Association is to build and maintain lifelong relationships between the university and its diverse alumni. And this goal cannot be achieved without you. Okay. Now, the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association has a strong desire for our members to remain connected to each other and to the university. Now, we have a flagship event titled the Alumni Speaker Series, and also we have an upcoming mentorship program, and I urge you to please make this part of your future. I hope that your relationship with the university as an alumnus will start today and last a lifetime. You can support us in various capacities by volunteering, mentoring, event organization, among others. In whatever you do in life, after today, do not forget that knowledge compounds. You came to the university with prior knowledge, and today you are leaving with more. I want to encourage you to always be great ambassadors in your neighborhood, at your workplace, and in your city. Now, lastly, as you transition into the next chapter of your life, I wish you the best of luck. And I hope that you will use the education you have received at the University of Winnipeg with honor and apply it at various aspects of your lives. Congratulations to you all and success in your future endeavors. Don't give up, ignore the naysayers, and keep winning. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Charles. On an occasion such as this, we thought it was important to hear from the students, and so I'd like to invite the Spring 2019 valedictorian, Ferran Guerrero, to the platform, and as she makes her way here, I will tell you a little about her. She has a passion for English. Before beginning at the University of Winnipeg, she studied theater at a conservatory in New York City. She's described by one of her professors as a talented writer with a professional attitude toward her work. As an active creative writer, she has already published in UWinnipeg's Juice Journal and served as a practicum student with Prairie Fire, a Canadian magazine of new writing. Between classes, Guerrero found time to participate in UWinnipeg's English Literature Students Association, which helps build the spirit of collegiality among students and faculty and is an important resource for English students. Guerrero will head to Halifax this fall to pursue a Master of Arts degree at Dalhousie University. She will continue her creative writing in addition to academic work, analyzing the effect of the English Reformation on literary constructions of femininity. She aims to attain a PhD and teach what she loves, English. Please join me in welcoming Ferran.
Good afternoon, friends, family, faculty and staff, honored guests, and of course the graduating class of 2019. It is a privilege and a joy to be given the opportunity to reflect with you on this closure of a chapter in our lives and educations. Today's ceremony celebrates a vast array of graduates, tied together by such interests as culture and society, history, art, philosophy, and language. It's an exciting, daunting, and fulfilling experience to be a student within these domains. But what has our time here amounted to? Joyce Carol Oates refers to the ideal art, the noblest of art, as working with the complexities of life, refusing to simplify, to overcome doubt. I like this sentiment. Although Oates is referring to artistic practice, I think her words fit well with the work we do at university. I have been the most engaged and hungry learner when in doubt, aware of gaps in what I know. Being a student is scary because you have to confront what it means to not have the answer. Doubt is intimidating, but it leaves space for possibility. It's hard not to simplify. It's easy to ignore what you don't understand, to shy away from complicated ideas or corrections to your work. It's hard to acknowledge that you're learning, that often you don't know where you're headed. At least it was for me. I started out at the university with a plan, yet, and maybe some of you can relate to this, things did not go as expected. The great thing about having to reevaluate, about having your self-assurance disrupted, is that you have to start really paying attention. And you have to start taking chances. Changing majors is one way to be thrown off balance, but don't worry, there are many more. These bumps are part of the process of working with life's complexities and leaving space for possibility. When you accept that learning, like life, is chaotic, being a student becomes a lot more interesting. Sometimes you just have to choose doubt, strive for the original idea, be prepared for discomfort rather than clinging to a simplified or familiar version of how this world works. Sometimes you have to do this in front of other people. One staple of upper year and graduate classes, the seminar presentation, asks you to lead a class through material that is also new to you, while somehow projecting a general facade of poise and authority. Have you ever tried pronouncing a word out loud for the first time during a class presentation? These experiments do not always go well, but maybe the messiest parts of learning are the most valuable. I really do think that pursuing an education requires a special kind of bravery. Academia is personal. You put yourself in the work. Even when you don't mean to, the work you produce reflects your own peculiar insights, interests, and anxieties. It maps out how you think, problem solve, and relate to the world. And as a result of this vulnerable communication, this meticulous commitment to what is new, exciting, and just beyond your grasp, you open yourself up to listening. The close friendships formed between U of W students reflects the gratifying community-building process that learning entails. I have found that any participation in the humanities necessitates empathetic development, whether in regards to the work, the readings, or the classroom. The beauty of the U of W's small class sizes is hearing other students speak and asking questions together, often arriving at, rather than answers, even more questions. The many intelligent, creative people I've met during my time at university have inspired and motivated me and made this campus a welcoming place to learn. I think that our triumph on this Convocation Day is our ability to accept, examine, and celebrate life's complexities. Throughout my years at the University of Winnipeg, and there have been more than I initially anticipated, I have witnessed the student body's willingness to learn, to disrupt systems, to rethink what they know, to apply themselves in exciting, creative ways, always striving for originality and innovation. We know how to listen and how to take risks. This is what the world needs. Thank you to the brilliant, kind faculty who have been committed to challenging us and making us better learners, academics, and humans. Thank you to the family and friends who supported and encouraged us throughout this process. We would not be here today without you. Congratulations to the class of 2019. May we always find wonder and excitement beyond the comfort of what we know. May we continue to embrace change, and may we always be brave.
Thank you, Farron, and thank you for reminding us all that part of what you learn about in university is how to go change the world. I often get asked as a university president whether our graduates are ready for the world of work, and I say, yes, they are, and are you ready for them? Because they are actually going to change how you think about the world of work as well. So graduates, Nemietian, Wapimatak, Pi Meyu Wataman, Kashkatama Mashuwin Anush. Okay, I'm saying I am glad to see you. And I want to say I really see you today. I see you for who you are. I see you for your accomplishments. We're incredibly proud of you today. Before you launch into the next chapter of your life, I'd like to share some powerful words with you by Canadian author Richard Wagamis. He said, "All that we are is story. From the moment we are born to the time we continue on our spirit journey, we are involved in the creation of the story of our time here. It is what we arrive with. It is all we leave behind. We are not the things we accumulate. We are not the things we deem important. We are story, all of us. What comes to matter then is the creation of the best possible story we can while we're here. You, me, us, together. When we can do that, and we take the time to share those stories with each other, we get bigger inside. We see each other, we recognize our kinship, we change the world one story at a time." I'd like to reflect for a moment on what this means as each of you, with your diverse backgrounds, perspectives, and goals, graduate from U Winnipeg and move into the next stage of your life. We live in a complex world where news headlines and social media bombard us with big issues every day. We hear stories highlighting the need for reconciliation, unmet healthcare needs, food security, political unrest, the threat of climate change, and more. None of us on our own have enough skills, knowledge, or time to solve these big issues. But as we share ideas and resources, as we ask diverse questions, and listen, as Elder Ruth Christie reminded us, to one another's stories and perspectives, our capacity to change the world expands. We need all hands on deck. Diversity creates resilience. And in order to change the world one story at a time, we need to embrace one another's differences. We need to listen to and learn from one another. This is evident in the work of this year's honorary doctorates. Elder Dave Courchene's ability to inspire dialogue between Indigenous knowledge keepers and Western-trained scientists has inspired a global commitment to environmental stewardship. John Mighton, who we will honor this afternoon, has shown us that improving children's access to math is about more than numbers. It is about teaching children of all backgrounds to be creative problem solvers, cultivating the knowledge and confidence for social change. Elder Ruth Christie's gift for storytelling has brought Indigenous history to life for countless scholars and young adults, creating a bridge of understanding, healing, and transformation that stretches from one generation to the next. And tomorrow we will hear from Annie Belanger and Ida Bear, who have dedicated their lives to the preservation, retention, and revitalization of Indigenous language. And we're very thankful for their vision and leadership. This year has been recognized by UNESCO as the International Year of Indigenous Languages. Language holds an important place in our lives. It allows us to communicate with one another, access education, and provides a window into deeper intercultural awareness. Out of 7,000 languages spoken globally, 2,680 are in danger of becoming extinct. This is tragic because when a language dies, the stories are lost, and these stories are our connection to the cultural identity and history that shapes who we are today. We are proud to work with leaders like Annie Belanger and Ida Bear, who put in countless hours to create language camps, classes, revitalizing languages in Manitoba. The University of Winnipeg has a strong reputation for graduating leaders. We're a close-knit community, committed to outstanding academic scholarship, research excellence, and community engagement. We've seen generations of families walk our halls, and we are proud of this legacy of individuals like past Chancellor Emeritus and past Honorary Doctorate recipient, Dr. John Bowman on my far left. Do you want to stand? I want people to acknowledge this individual. He has been to more convocations at UW than anyone else. And I understand he has a grandson who graduated today? This afternoon, okay, well that's going to be wonderful. So what Dr. Bowman and all of our honorary doctorates have in common is a focus on community, on making a positive impact on the world. This is a legacy passed down to each of you that when you are invested in your community, when you bring people together with diverse gifts and perspectives, great things happen. During your time at Winnipeg, you've learned to think critically about the ethical problems facing our society. You've learned to innovate, collaborate, and make informed decisions. I'm very proud of the valuable contributions you Winnipeg grads bring to society, tackling issues ranging from diabetes in the inner city to the water quality of our lakes, mapping the effect of climate change on the prairies, and advancing reconciliation across Canada. Each of you has a unique story that brought you here. It's a story that includes triumphs, transformation, uncertainty, and resilience. And it is a story that highlights the importance of community. Your teachers, classmates, parents, family members, and friends have all played an important role in your education, supporting you, encouraging you, and inspiring you to push through the long hours of study. And your Winnipeg community will continue to be there cheering for you as you go on to achieve great things. As we close, I want to go back to the words of Richard Wagamese and encourage each of you that your best possible story is one that we tell together. When we can do that and we take the time to share those stories with each other, we get bigger inside. We see each other, we recognize our kinship, we change the world one story at a time. On behalf of the University of Winnipeg, I want to extend my congratulations. Please join me in another round of applause for all of our graduates. I want to acknowledge that whatever path you choose going forward, you won't be taking it alone. That's obvious from the people that are here with you today. Your parents, guardians, and friends, they've played an important role in getting you to this point. So as a show of thanks for those who have supported you so far, I'd like to invite you, the new graduates of the University of Winnipeg, to find your people in the audience, look that way, and join our community in showing your appreciation for their support. And before we leave, I want to thank Chief Marshal Dr. Danny Blair and the faculty marshals, Chief Ushers Lynn Jones and Andrea McCluskey, and those members of staff who have volunteered as ushers, sign language interpreters Cheryl Pearl and Rachel Brawl, Indigenous knowledge keeper Allison Cox, members of the Winnipeg Police Pipe Band, and our pianist Alina Havrelek. Thank you to the many members of staff who have helped to organize this event. And again, on behalf of all of us, the faculty of the University of Winnipeg, for placing students first and for embodying the pursuit of excellence to which we are all committed. I want to thank our Chancellor for being a wonderful supporter of the university, our graduates for making us so proud, our guests for joining us. We wish you all the best in the next part of your life adventure and hope that you do keep in touch with the university. Following this ceremony, you are all invited to a reception in honor of our graduates outside on Marshahannon Way, and you can meet your student there. Please rise for an honor song by Allison Cox, which will be followed by the national anthem. And after they're done, I would ask that you sit, but then let the students leave before you all get up and leave. Thank you.